Would you agree with the assessment that most of Hindi and English television media is subservient to the Modi government, will not talk about key issues like unemployment, price rise, do long deep dive debates on it. When there's a protest, will actively demonize, say, the farmers who were protesting or the Shaheen Bagh protest that happened. Would you agree with that?
No, but there is a view. That's an individual or a channel's view. I don't think any of the cases that you have said are completely black and white. You can say that the farmers' protest was demonized. There are views contrary to that. There are views which got expressed that were the real farmers who were doing the protest. So it's left to interpretation. I don't think they're as stark as black and white. And again, as I said, that the viewership, the channel's content get planned depending on the choice of viewers.
So flavor of the nation.
That's right.
If you think the flavor of the nation is pro-Modi, then just give them more content which is pro-Modi.
That's right. So if Modi is popular, if Modi's birthday content gives you, you know that over and over that his birthday content made around his birthday gives you a higher rating. That is one of the events that you try and capitalize to get more ratings. So I don't think there's any political influence involved in it.
Great. But isn't that there a loop? That you think that the country wants this, so you keep giving them more of that, and then the country keeps wanting it more. So
that's a part of the cycle that you are in it. You can't change all by yourself. You know what is ideal, but you can't be ideal. I don't say most of the times you can't be ideal at any point in time unless and until the system is ideal. You're part of the system. So
the role of being adversarial that's what most journalists really feel proud about entering the profession, as people who are going to speak truth to power, as people who are going to be adversarial to those who are in power. That role then is really diminished today.
Do the journalists care for their increments at the end of the year? Do they? So if they care for their increments, they'll have to understand that they're part of a business.
And then what happens to news then?
That's a balance. Manisha, everything in life is balance. There's no right, there's no wrong, absolute right and wrong. It's a balance. So how media has started historically, a philosophically driven individual has started a newspaper. He funded it himself and he propagated, he expressed his views, he went against the establishment. He funded his own the business with his own money. And in that scenario, people who had got aligned with him did not care for salaries, did not care for anything, because they are completely philosophically driven. Today, I think even the journalists are far more commercially driven than philosophically driven. Everybody has to run a family. Everybody cares for their increment at the end of the year. So therefore, the balance has to be maintained. But at no point in time, I think that we should forget about our identity, about our identity of that being a fourth estate. I don't think that to run my business, I have to compromise with my identity. I need to be true to my identity, and business can happen around it. It is a difficult balance. Sometimes you go wrong, but your intent is what matters most.
As someone who watches a lot of news, I think it's gone totally wrong.